Welcome to the Magic Tavern. What do you bring to the table?
As inquiring minds want to know. I am both enamored with the artwork and the playable nature of the cards, so I might get a little lost. All right, we're going to open them one at a time. There's no way I'm going 10 at a time. Nope. All right, let's see what we get in our first pack. All right, look at that shit. We got Brunor, Battlehammer, and Trelacera Moon Dancer, two of which I definitely wanted, and I got both of them in. And that's not even my special card. It's glowing. That means it's cool. It is a mythic, which I'll need plenty of. All right, round two. Fight. Not as wow, but yeah, the Priest of Ancient Lore, which for life gain, one of the better cards that white got, because white doesn't get dead anymore. And we got a white. It's funny, white card, and we got a white. Wight. Hey, there are two different tribals. I don't know if you can call them tribals that run through D&D right now, and they have been a part of the past of D&D. One of which is your card's dying tribal, and the other one lately has been your opponent's creature's dying tribal. So this is definitely both. For a creature dealt damage, by white, so it's an opponent, excuse me. If it dies, you get to create a zombie, but you can't kill it. You exile that card, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's move on, see if we can get some really cool stuff. Cool stuff. There's the Blink Dog, which I just saw yesterday. A 3-drop 1/1 double strike, and it's got teleport. You can phase that sucker out. Kind of expensive with 4 to do that, but love the flavor, love the flavor. And this guy right here, also a good life gainer, the Prosperous Innkeeper. He is the new order. Creature enters the battlefield you control, you get life. Then there's Tasha's hideous laughter. You didn't hear anything. That's the one that Steps has been saying is going to be janked to high heaven. I believe so. Probably the very first week we'll see awful decks that center around this thing as a middle deck. So hang on to your cards, people. It's going to be a bumpy ride. That's good with treasure tokens. Got my first D20 card. Cannot wait to see how that rolls out. And I love the Rangers. I don't think there's a Ranger that doesn't make a 2/2 green wolf. I think that's great. I got already going to make a Ranger deck. I'm just saying, just more and black has gotten a lot more treasure token makers than any other. There's 2 of them right there: Deadly Dispute and Horde Robber. So WotC making a concerted effort to give black some treasure tokens. Give them some love. All right, I got silver and all right, common, uncommon, burning hands. Oh wow, really good against the green deck, but it's very situational. I mean, you do 6 damage against a green creature or planeswalker. I hate situational cards because you end up with a card that do 2 damage for 2, and you can find with that 2 mana. Dwarfhold Champion, very equip oriented, very cool. Boom. Oh, my second, and I say my second Loth Spider Queen. I got one buying the set. Oh man, the spider token looks nasty. Is it like eating a horse? Trapping a horse? That's kind of yeah, it's one of the first things I'll probably. And the Basilisk is kind of underwhelming. It does have Death Touch, and it's not. I don't remember the CR. I mean, MTG players should care less about that, but I don't think it's a huge monster. But a 1/2, okay. Got Death Touch, another Death Touch creature. Gotta love that. Oh, yeah, I think it was huge. You got the Rhyme Shield Frost Giant, which has Ward 3. Got my first Barbarian class. Steps will be very jealous. Intrepid Outlander has that pack tactics, which if you can attack with 6 greater power, you can this one you can venture in the dungeon. And another white. Awesome. I've got 2 whites. 2 whites do not make a. All right, we've got a red and a black for Kalen Reclusive Painter. Battlefield create a treasure token. There's another black card that makes a treasure token, but it does have red. Other creatures you control enter the battlefield, additional 1/1 counter on them for each mana from a treasure spin. That's pretty cool. There's the white dragon. It's okay. It taps a creature when it enters the battlefield. So the regular old dragons are one-shot wonders. It is a 5/4/4 flying. If you can flicker that sucker, maybe you can do it again. And there's your other life gain in white. 3-drop for a 3/2, a Johnny Pridemate, basically. We'll see how it goes. Not a lot. There's equipment. Potion of healing, more life gain. Thank you, G. All right, let's just go to the next. Oh, sorry. The flumph. Got a flumph, Jesse. Yeah, Panda. And I got the monk class. Okay. 1 monk class, 1 barbarian class. Nothing else to really write home about. Divine Smite. You can phase out a creature. You hit it so hard you phase it out. Damn. And there's that. Must be my second one. Eyes of the Beholder. For a 6-drop, you can drop -11, -11 on anything, creature, any creature. Exact. All right, next set. Come on. Do me good, do me good. Here's the Rust Monster. The only creature on our list that didn't make it, I didn't see a giant rat. Boo-hoo for Rat Tribal, I guess. Grim Bounty. A 4-drop. Another black card that destroys a creature planeswalker and creates a token. Treasure token. It's great. There's more love to the wolves. I've got a wolf deck. Commander. Interesting. They showed Dungeon page. Okay. Dungeon Descent is a land I got, which also helps to delve into the dungeon. Next up, boom. Oh, I love those first few packs because everything's new. Swarming Goblins, another card that Steps is really excited about. Him and his red aggro. Power Word Kill. Works real well as long as it's a 2-drop to destroy any creature but an angel, demon, devil, or dragon. Zombie. And the big card, boom, Orb of Dragonkind. 2-drop, that artifact that you could drop 1 and tap it at any combination, 2 mana of any combination of colors. You can spin it, only cast dragon spells or activate abilities. There you go, Panda. All right. Once again, I apologize. I am homesick. I really am. It sounds funny because you're like, yeah, sure you are. But I am homesick, but I wasn't going to miss this for anything. So if I sniffle a little bit, I am sorry. I will try to mute it when I go for the tissue. But do forgive me. Fighter class. And I've got my first Circle of the Moon Druid, who is a 3-drop, 2/4 that has bear form. This is really weird, because as long as it's your turn, it's a bear, which is 4/2, which means when it's their turn, you're a druid who's 2/4. I think that's very flavorful. I like that. Another Prosperous Innkeeper. Use that really well with life gain. 2. I don't think it's bear or anything. Yeah, the Brazen Dwarf. He deals damage every time you roll a dice. And there's another Hoarding Ogre. It's all about D20s and treasure tokens. I have 2 of those. Split the party. Anyway, big card is Treasure Vault, another land. This one also deals in treasure. You can spend XX and create that many treasure tokens. That could be, I don't know if it'd be really big and standard, but I bet you in Commander it would be well used. Okay, Warlock class. We got the Black Dragon once again. These low level Black Dragons, 7-drop for a one shot at a creature for 3. I mean, I'm not happy with regular dragons. They're just too expensive for too little payout. I think the red one's about the coolest one. Hopefully we'll get into that before I get done here. An Unexpected Woodfall. It's a 2 and 2 red. You discard a card. You draw 2 cards and create 2 treasure tokens. That's pretty good. You're spending 4, but you're getting a lot of value out of it. You discard a card. So it's kind of a give and take. Noble Hunter has pack tactics. Every time you attack with a total of 6 or greater, you put a +1/+1 counter on Null, and that's just like Nulls. And another rare card that I don't get. There's another rare card. Another Power Word Kill. It has 3 Eyes of the Beholder. I can't believe I've gotten 3 of those already. That's pretty expensive already, but it's well worth a -11. Keep that big monstrosity off your back. You hear something on watch. Now that's one of those flavorful cards that is like something the DM would say during an adventure. This one you can give creatures you control +1/+1 to end of turn, or you can set off the traps. This spell deals 5 damage to target attacking creature. Pretty cool. And look at that, the Book of Vile Darkness. We are on our way to assembling Vecna. All we need is the hand and the eye, and we're there. All right, what's up next? Plundering Barbarian. I love that. Comes out, you can create a treasure token. Always flavorful. One of our first Bard cards we've gotten, the Dragon Bard, Wandering Troubadour. Basically, for venturing the dungeon, the Flying Pegasus for your Pegasus tribal aid. Mana from a treasure spent for it gains. They built the last 2 rounds making treasure tokens, and now they are pulling cards that do things when you spend treasure tokens on things. So I think that's very good. They built into that well. Selena Wild Mage is one of the D20 cards. Legendary creature, should be your commander even. Let's see. You can choose a target creature you control. Roll the D20. 1 to 14. Create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy creature. Now it says you don't have to choose one that's attacking, so you can choose one that's not attacking, and then you've got a copy of it that's actually attacking. Possibly every turn. Now, if you get lucky enough to roll a 15 to 20, you create one of those tokens and you may roll again. So there's a possibility you could roll several tokens out. The D20 thing is going to be fun. A lot of people are going to be annoyed by it, but get over it. Dragon's Fire. That's if you got dragon cards in your hand. Or ambushed on the road. My first one of those. Target creature is +1/+3 in a turn. Return target creature you control to its owner's hand. Okay. And we get Borrowing. Plan Under. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. It's better than alternative. It's another one that helps you venture through the dungeon. Black and white, although I think white and blue are probably going to be. I may be corrected later, but it seems like white and blue are the best colors to venture the dungeon with. But this is a good card. It's also a dwarf. It's also a cleric. Lots of things you can do and not even worry about the dungeon. And Zalto, Fire Giant Duke, 5-drop. Also, if you hit him, venture the dungeon. Now you can jank this. He's a 7/3. You can't hit him very many times because of that 3, and they made sure of that. But you can drop 1 or 2 shots on him and venture the dungeon each time. Which I don't know why they show certain dungeons with certain cards. I don't know if they just do that, or if, oh, okay, I see. Oh, you can flip through all of them. They're all three of them are there. Question is, how do we get the dungeon cards? I haven't seen one yet. I don't understand. I kind of hope we don't see them in here that they're just free, but we'll see what happens. Oh, nothing's free. Next pack, we have the Hill Giant Herd Gorger, another life gain card. But speaking of life gain cards, the Cleric class. There you go. Guild Thief, another rogue. Rogue. Paladin Shield for equipment. And another Bard, the Elf Bard Inspiring. Bard is into the battlefield. You can give a creature +2/+2 to the end of turn, or you can gain 3 life. So that's another Circle of the Moon Druid. And the special card is another Delina Wild Mage. So I feel that's one of those first decks I end up. We get all these packs done, we will probably do some brewing, and I may do it on video. So you guys can see just how either how bad I am at it, or just how hard it is for me to visualize what's going to happen in it. I build some really good decks, don't get me wrong. It's just I build a lot of jank decks too that never do what I think. I hope I'm not alone in that. Okay, here's your death tribal. The more creatures that you can kill in the turn, the purple worm is 2 less to cast, which is kind of weird because it's a 5/2. So you might get it if you can kill 3 creatures. I think you can get it down to a 2-drop, which is an 8/7. Ward 2. That's you can jank it. Jank it. They will come. Another one of those DM-ish type adventure cards. There's my first Baleful Holder. And it's once again, it's Enders. The 6-drop, 6/5. I mean, I've heard some people say that it doesn't fly. Beholders fly. Well, this one doesn't. Oh, and the Blue Dragon, the non-legendary dragon with the Lightning Breath, enter the battlefield deal. Yeah, like it. You can jank that, especially if you can flicker it. Okay. Yeah, I like this. See this? The Mind Flayer leaves things wide open under Dominate Monster. And there's the battlefield. Gain control of target creature. Doesn't matter which one it is. It doesn't say there's any limitations to that creature. Mind Flayer comes out to take their biggest monstrosity and have it as long as Mind Flayer can stay on the battlefield. And that's the kicker, because there's no hexproof, there's no ward on it. It's a 3/3 and can be blown up easy. Good luck. All right, here we go. There's the Green Dragon, which I guess green and the red. I'm not thinking of the legendary red. I think I'm thinking of the legendary red. This is probably the best non-legendary dragon that we got. The Green Dragon. It only happens when it enters the battlefield. Once again, if you could put a little blue in there or white and flicker it, you could really do some damage. Because if you do damage on the turn this thing comes out to anything, well, only creatures. You pull. I gotta look it over and what's going out and what's in standard and what's. It all runs together sometimes to me, but a card like Volley that hits 1 across the board would be devastating with this. Although it says an opponent controls, so you could hit yourself for 1 across the board and it wouldn't do quite as much as it would to the other opponent, because everything would die. Yeah, pretty nice, right? But once again, that's a lot of jank for a 6-drop 4/4 flyer. I mean, it's good, but Power Persuasion, another great D20 roller card. A few options there. Another great Goblin. Gotta be careful what you block with it, because it does 1 damage to a creature blocking it. So. And there's big Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. He's a Goblin Rogue. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Rogue on a red card. Now, you corrected easy. But he's definitely a lord. All the goblins get +1/+1. This is definitely going to be a staple in red aggro. 1 red and tap it, and it deals damage equal to the number of goblins that enter the battlefield under your control. This turn to any target. At any target. You can hit the planeswalker, you can hit the player as well. Yeah, like I said, staple in red aggro. I don't do a lot of. Alrighty then. Planar ally, the Invention of the Dungeon. Every time it attacks, enters in the dungeon. That's going to be, like I said, white and blue main. There's another card. Every time it at 3 mana, have another untapped creature you control and venture the dungeon. And then you've got Trickster Talisman. You can invoke Duplicity. It is an artifact. Equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice Trickster Talisman. If you do, create a token. It's okay. It's a 1-drop. Get a copy of 1 creature, 1 non-legendary again, for like 3. It's a play it for 1, equip it for 2, and then when get that creature to actually do damage. There's the Great Axe, and our special card is Forsworn Paladin. This is one that Yo Dude was over. A lot of jank in there. There's more to create treasure token. Make it costly. Some of that pay life is obviously looking more towards Commander. Next set, Chaos Chandler. That's another fun D20 card. Top of your library, excuse me. You may play it this turn. I have a really hard time having the mana. I guess treasure tokens, some cards that generate mana, like Bergie, might help in this situation. But 2 cards you can play them this turn. 3 cards it really causes the chaos, brings the chaos. Another one of the adventure kind of cards. A 3rd Circle of the Moon Druid. Looks like we're definitely building the Moon Druid Bear Boy. And we get Den of the Bugbear. 2 more other lands. Comes out tapped. You can pay 3 and a red. It'll become a 3/2 red goblin creature with, whenever it attacks, create a 1/1. See, it's a creature land that creates token creatures. That's going to be, you're going to see that a lot. I don't know if you're going to see it from me so much, but all right. The other cleric is 2nd cleric class. That's good. I need those. Buys weaponry, my first one of those. And another Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. I'm not one to build red aggro, but I might find something to play that if I get enough of it. Okay, another Trickster's Talisman. Okay, have I missed anything? I didn't see a Demogorgon card. I expected a Demogorgon card. And we got this Demogorgon's Clutches, a 3-drop sorcery. Opponent discards 2 cards, mills 2 cards, and loses 2 life. That's a lot of value for a lot of engines. Special card, a werewolf pack leader. This guy. Okay, what we talked about, this whole thing, the pay 3 in a forest until end of turn. Werewolf pack leader has the base power toughness of 5/3. It gives it an extra +2/+0 until end of turn. Gains trample and isn't human. Okay, it's kind of weird. The actual creature type is human werewolf. So we're wondering, me and Steps were wondering the other day if this was test or just a kind of precursor of what's coming in the Innistrad werewolf set. Okay. All right, but I really would like to fill that and really hope that that's where they're headed. We'll see. Got a little time for that. Not rush renewal just yet. I'd like to jank a little more before renewal hits and wipes some of these monstrous cards out. Earth Cult Elementals, another old D20. Oh, it's a sacrifice. Oh, okay. 6-drop, 6/6, and when it enters the battlefield, it does this once, which is fine. You can, if you roll a 20 on a D20, each opponent sacrifices 2 permanents. The high average will be 1 sacrifice of a permanent opponent, and if you get 1 to 9, you're sacrificing it well. Okay. For the Adventure in the Dungeon, they really have pumped it out, and there is Akarok, the Archlich. Try to act like we've actually played D&D in our life. So anyway, he's a 5/5. You don't, the way I see it, a lot of the black zombie / skeleton cards, you're going to want to play Tomb of Annihilation. Let's see, because part of Akarak's, when it enters the battlefield, if you haven't completed Tomb of Annihilation, you return it to your hand and you venture the dungeon. The 3-drop is not too bad, so you continue to do this until you got Tomb of Annihilation done. Akarak can do his own thing, and he's big enough. 3-drop 5/5, and so he's big enough that you're going to have a hard time killing him. Not that they can't. They just, and whenever he attacks, for each opponent, which of course that's in there for commander, that means a lot more value in commander. You create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, unless that player sacrifices. It's a little bit of sacrifice engine. Look at Tomb of Annihilation. First level, each player loses a life. Okay. Then you have a choice. You can either, each player loses 2 life unless they discard a card, or you can discard a card and sacrifice a creature, artifact, and a land. Okay, what? Discard a card and sacrifice a creature and artifact. Well, I mean, if you've got the engine set up that these things trigger, because you're doing all of it, it doesn't say or anywhere. So if you've got an engine that triggers one or all of those, more power to you. I think I'm still going to go this route with Veils of Fear, and then Sandfell Sail into that. Each player loses 2 life unless they sacrifice a creature, artifact, or land. It's a whole lot better off than blowing all of it. And it doesn't say the opponents do that under the oblique. And then, of course, at the end, Cradle of the Death God, create the Atropal, legendary 4/4 Black God Horror creature with Death Touch. The God Horror, but so thing is, when Akarat's up and running, you got a 4/4 Black God Horror with Death Touch there too. So that's pretty. You get both those going. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, moving along. Another mythic. All right, not a lot of bling on the outside, but our special card is another Flumph. It's a group hug card I'm not terribly excited about, but another mythic, and now I've got 4 mythics and 5 rares. There's my 4th Circle of the Moon Druid. Thank you so much. Thieves' Tools. Special card is the Eye of Vecna. Woohoo! It is a rare. You'll need more than one if you're going to assemble everything, obviously. Arm Sleep. You happen to on a Glade. Special is okay. There's the. Oh, I have not seen this card. This is what the art is in the background that's got my attention. The Lair of the Hydra. Oh, that sounds fun. You control 2 more lands. That's that whole thing where they'll come out and tap. You can tap it for a forest, excuse me, and then you can an X and a forest. End of turn. So it doesn't give you counters. I don't know if I like that. I hate end of turn things. It could be useful very quickly. It becomes an X green Hydra creature. It's still a land. X can't be 0. So, you have a pretty big creature on the field pretty quick using this land. Green creature land, apparently. Oh, not my favorite type of card to play. It's definitely going to be out there. You're going to see a lot of Scion of Stygia. I've not seen that. It's another of the D20s. But it's also got Flash. Cone of Cold. Scion of Stygia enters the battlefield. Choose target creature an opponent controls. Then roll a D20. Tap that creature, 1 of 9, and 10 of 20. Tap that creature, it doesn't untap. Okay, it's your basic freeze card. There's Faraday, the Devil's Chosen, Dark One's Own Luck. One of the abilities of the block. There you roll one more dice. Faraday, flying, you menace till end of turn. If any of those results was 10 or higher, draw a card. That's cool. See, I like that. Very flavorful. And another Den of the Bugbear. It's my second one there. Trying to make me play red aggro. Play red aggro. Alright, Lightfoot Rogue, another D20. Also a Halfling Rogue. Guardian of Faith is my first one. You can phase out any number of creatures when it hits the battlefield. That might be. It also has Flash, of course, so it's going to be very protective. The Lurking Roper, I didn't see it over there. It doesn't untap during your untap. Oh, I see. So it untaps to life gain. That's interesting, and then you don't give us a whole lot of life. Let's see. All right. Clever Conjurer is one of those that I had in a deck that will go up maybe later today. That legendary blue dragon, or the Desert's Doom, Emerith, I think is the name. Problem is when it's untapped, it's got Ward 4, which really makes it difficult to gather up enough. It's not hexproof. I'd rather have been hexproof. The Clever Conjurer will untap target permanent, not named Clever Conjurer. So he could help protect it. You want to draw a deck, contact of the plane, and this one another card, blue white. I told you, room abilities of dungeons you own trigger additional. It'll be very helpful. And then the Wizard's Spellbook, another D20 copying spells. But isn't that just flavorful? Isn't that another one of those Rune Seekers? That's good because I have a feeling blue white and another one of those Contact of the Plains. You know me. Draw decks are always fun. Well, fun for me, not so much fun for real play. And the Hand of Vecna. I've got one of each. It's not enough. I can make more. All right, nothing new out here, but the special card is the Eye of Vecna. Thank you so much. That's 2 eyes, 1 hand, and the book. I got the Wizard class, Hunter's Mark. And then the special card is another mythic. Yes, thank you. It makes 5 mythics and 6 rares. Not even close to being done here. The Wizard Spellbook. Nothing new besides the +2 mace. Okay. Next. Oh, come on. All right, we got Fly. Another one of those adventure type cards. This one with draw cards or counter. And another monk class. It's my second monk class. I haven't looked at that one so much. I should look at it there a little closer, but if I get another one, I'll stop and look at it because obviously the meta wants me to play it. Bard class, which is interestingly cruel. Look into that. All right. Got my first owlbear. All about 1 cards once. And there we go. Varus, Silver Moon Ranger. He's a legendary. Cast another creature or planeswalker spell. Venture into the dungeon. Really triggers only once each turn. They've nerfed it a little bit, but that's pretty cool. Okay. Let's see what else we got. The Dragon's Disciple, my first one. Here's the battlefield. You may reveal a dragon card from your hand. So you're going to play dragon decks. I shouldn't act like I'm not going to, because a lot of the dragons they've come up Terror of the Peaks going out of standard here, but still legal for a little while. Goldspan Dragon, yeah, those. Simple the Dragon Queen. Just a regular old land, so you can have 4 of them out on the field. Actually, you can have as many as you want, I guess. So it's a special land. It doesn't say basic land, that's right. It's a land. But you pick a color in the spectrum. Flavorful. And the special card is another. Bring it. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to build first. There's a Druid class, my first one of those. Another one that's Ropers. Another Den of the Bugbear. I mean, I really wish we could trade cards. So me and Steps would trade some cards, because I've got some red that he really wants. Dark Death Priest of Merkul, one of those death gods. Back in the day, if it wasn't Skeleton, he looks kind of rough. This is the one that is +1 to skeletons, vampires, and zombies. The tribal is back, folks. All right. Sorry, sneeze break. Enemy step. If a creature died this turn, you pay 1 if you do create a black. So it's a creature dies. So that's any death tribal. That's different. Usually it says you control or your opponent controls. This one gives you both, so it works in both tribals I was talking about. Plus, it'll ramp your skeletons and vampires and zombies. Steps will love this in his vampire deck, although this tiefling is not a vampire. I don't know if that'll hurt or not. Shambling Ghast dies. Choose 1. Yeah, and there's another create the treasure token. All right. Got 11 more to open. And I've got plenty of gold. Another life gain in green. Thank you so much, Watsy. There's Orcus, Prince of Undeath. That one's you're gonna see that one. There's another barbarian card too. A lot of jank on this one. I've been through over 40 of them already. It's crazy. Another cleric. It's at least 3 cleric classes, which is one of the cards I really need. Faraday's Fireball. Apparently I've already got 1. 20 with damage. It's very expensive. There you go. Gelatinous Cube, my first one. Oh. Here's about to exile target non-ooze creature an opponent controls until Gelatinous Cube leaves. Oh, that's wonderful. And then it's also got Dissolve. You can pay 1 black and X, but target creature card with mana value X exile with Gelatinous Cube in the owner. So you go ahead and kill it. Of course, the bag of holding. Some of we didn't expect the bag. Totally did. All right, come on. Countdown going here. All right. Blue green, you got to have a creature like that. Understand. Westgate Regent. Okay. Got flying ward. No, that's right. He doesn't have a number. Ward, discard a card. So it may be harder to stop to do anything to Westgate Regent. This would go well in a discard deck, obviously. You run their hand out. They're top decking like a champ. And if you can keep that up, they can't stop or affect Westgate Regent. That's wonderful. So yeah, a discard deck. Deals combat damage, he ramps. So flies, he's a 4/4, he ramps it. It's gonna be a good card. 8. Alright. Moonblessed Cleric. That's for an enchantment. Enchantment. Why does that stump me? I've been around long enough. And instrument the bards, which can be very helpful or not at all. 7. Try to jank with some class. Another bard class, that's good. Another helpful beholder. We've been 7. We've been through so many of these that very few. There's the devour intellect, resting in making a creature. And another instrument of the bard, that's 2. No Volos. I haven't seen a Volo yet. They're going to make me make a Volo, aren't they? The white dragon, the black dragon, really strange. And Zorn. I'm not sure it's going to. 4. Here we go. There's a mimic. Got one mimic. I don't know. It's flavorful, but I'm not sure it's going to be used that much. I do like the looks of this Cry deck. It's just a one-shot wonder, though. And there you go. There's a Minsk Beloved Ranger. I think this is something they created. I haven't looked it up, but it's a D thing. The character they created so they can have a. Really? Okay, each their own, I guess. 3. All right, where we at? A lot of things we've already gotten, and another rare. That's fine. Oh, missing a lot of stuff. Druid class and a monk class. I got 3 of those, and the last one in my 50. Come on, do something good. Precipitous drop. Excuse me. Enters the battlefield. Venture the dungeon. Enchant creature. Enchant creature gets -2/-2. It gets -5/-5. As long as you complete a dungeon. So another very flavorful. And teleportation circle, my first one. That's gonna be highly useful, even at a 4-drop. Because it is an enchantment. It'll do it several times. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature you control. So it's your enchantment flicker card. All right, that's my 50. Didn't do too bad. On top of that, I'm up to 5 mythic rares and 11 rares, 53 uncommons and 43 commons. But we're not going to stop there. I haven't really. I got to a certain point in Strixhaven that I didn't want any more Strixhaven, to be honest. And so I just stopped spending gold. When you see, I hit 51,000 plus. Unfortunately, help me. 1 pack per 1,000, because they won't give you specials on more gold. It's got to be gems. You've got to spend that cash. And I guess I shouldn't whine. I did spend for the 50. I mean, cut me a little slack. Nope. All right, let's buy a few of these. Get to where we can experience jank. One other good thing about this, it increases the number of rares and mythic rares that I get. I'm not going to be spending on anything else. Although I do want to look and see if they have avatars. Before I get too deep here. I mean, to be honest, I'll take it down to around 20,000 and go shop, I guess. Won't buy a whole lot. I spend that. So they have the packs. Let's do 6 more. I've also got challenges I haven't finished. Shock belief. I kind of stopped doing them a couple days ago, so Okay. Let's go back to the featured. I should go look at. See, they haven't opened up any new avatars. Isn't that weird? No avatars from Forgotten Realms yet. Leaves? Probably not. Yeah, see, nothing new. Most of them are gems. See, the one is. I'll set it up to 600 gems and get the Xanathar Guild Kingpin sleeve. And that's the only one they have. So, I really don't have any that I want. Like my pets were. What? We get Xanathar as a pet? Oh, for it. That's fine. It can end soon. I'm not spending 20,000 gold on some janky pet. Okay. We have 32 more packs to open. Let's see what we get. Come on, let's roll this. Got another mythic coming too. Special card, Sphere of Annihilation. That's one that you're going to see a lot of, I think. One black X. Sphere of Annihilation enters the battlefield with X void counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile Sphere of Annihilation. All creatures, planeswalkers with mana value less than or equal to the number of void counters. And all creatures, planeswalkers, and the cards in the graveyards. Gosh. To the no. It's going to wipe everything out and everything but your library. Wow. Yeah, you're going to see this card. There's no. I got a full set of Cleric class, so I'm a happy puppy and another mythic. I haven't seen one of the mythic dragons at all. You're going to make me go make that card. For sorcerer class, almost you get to a certain point that it's almost better to just go ahead and make him yourself than Trask. But I'm not really excited about the Trask. It's might be fun to jank. I think thank you. The third Delian Wild is definitely making that one. So every time she attacks. Oh, no, you target creature you control. That's what I was saying earlier. And you create an attacking version of that goes away at in a combat. You're hoping to get 15 to 20, and create as many tokens. One of those tokens, they all go away, but they're all attacking. So it'll be a real surprise round. The D20 people are going to, the old MTG people are going to hate it. They'll say, there we go. Speak of the devil himself. That's my first legendary dragon. He's the green one. Old Gnawbone. The expensive booger, 7. I might see more play in Commander. But I don't know. I can see doing like a Ugin All-Stars thing without Ugin. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create that many treasure tokens. Now, create that many treasure tokens. Now, it's talking about the damage and not the number of damages, correct? I think all old Gnawbones will be pretty interesting. All right. All right. See, once again, just a lot of filler in. And the Vorpal Sword. We'll see. It's got that game ender, that win con in there, but it's an 8-drop. So a lot of decks will beat it before it gets to that point. You better. Another Warlock class. And my first Paladin class. Pretty cool. Makes the spells your opponents cast harder to spend. Your creatures get +1/+1. Now it says get +1/+1. It does not say till end of turn, but it does not say there are counters. So I assume that is until end of turn. And whenever you attack until end of turn, see that one says end of turn. Target attacking creature gets +1/+1 for each of their attacking creatures. Against double strikes. Jeez. All right. Yeah, don't mind the cussing panda in the corner. At least my second mind flare. I really like that. I like using people's creatures against them. It really makes them mad, and that's not why I'm after. But hey, it happens. All right, there you go. Make spiders. Serves his spider queen, like, and there's another fighter class. Come on, where them legendaries at, boys? You're being stingy. Ah, ask and you shall receive. Bolo Guide to Monsters probably will be the most janked card in the next month. You will see this almost more than any. It'll be the top 5 probably. Just and I have one. It's only a gold card. It's not even mythic rare. You know, I got 12 rares. You think I'm not going to build 3 more? Okay. Friedel of Baldur's Gate. I'm sure he's important in Baldur's Gate. I don't know much about Baldur's Gate, although I'm heavy in the D&D and Forgotten Realms. He's a rogue. I love the human elves. Basically, worked half elves. My question is, were there any human orcs? I don't think we had this discussion. Orcs is not a creature base in MTG. I really expected them to come aboard and maybe have a Groomsh card, but we didn't get that. A special is another Eye of Vecna. I think I've got 3 of those now. That helps. But a Voltron Zudio. Another Silvery Moon Ranger. Right. I got a lot of this guy. I definitely want to do some dice rolling, and that's like the 3rd or 4th instrument of the bards I've had. That has a lot to do with what I make next. Plenty of cleric classes, thanks. Not our selfless paladin. Oh, definitely. Want to see this? This guy's going to help the dungeon whenever enters the battlefield or attacks. So he gets all of it. 3/3 of vigilance. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 as long as you've completed a dungeon. Won't ramp to the number of dungeons you've completed, but you've got to have completed a dungeon. Everybody gets +1. And there's Herald of Hadar, all about losing life and gaining life. Hello Veto for a few months. Boots of Speed. See a lot of that. Oh, there's so much flavor in this set. I have another one of those Contact Other Planes and the Plundering Barbarian. Another gold card. That's fine. I'm good. It's another Volo, basically. All right, and once again, the Froghemoth. I don't think it's very... Okay, it's Trample and Haste, 4/4. It comes out rampaging. It has Trample. If it deals combat damage to a player, exile up to that many target cards from their graveyard. Wow. Put a +1, so you get to pick the cards you exile, and then you put a +1/+1 counter on Froghemoth for each creature card exiled. And you gain 1 life for each non-creature card. So no matter what you do, if you're going for life gain, non-creature. If you're going for the +1/+1, that's an option I can live with. Although it's a 5-drop. Cards I'm going to miss. I can't even remember the name of the card. The drugs have taken my mind. Of the medicine, okay? Not on drugs over here. My first Displacer Beast, which I thought was very flavorful. I'm not sure it does the enter the dungeon thing. It also can come back to your hand, and there's another Westgate region. I love that. Like all the Westgate regions I can get. I don't have to make myself. The hardest thing is going to be decide what to make first. Flame Skull. Okay, it can't block. Flying 3/1. When Flame Skull dies, exile it. If you do, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play one of those. Okay. Just make sure you're not going to jank that into a endless. Well, it'll be endless because you can't have more than 4 of those skulls. Another gelatinous cube. I'm very happy to see that. And another lurking roper. I think I can jank that. Alrighty. Tiger Tribe Hunter. I saw this. It was in Japanese. I could not read it and didn't go read it. It's one of the few I didn't. But it does have pack tactics. It's a 5-dropper for 4/4 again. Trample. For attacks, if you attack with creatures with totals, it's a pack tactics thing. When you do, Tiger Tribe Hunter deals damage equal to the sacrifice creature. So you sacrifice another creature. It means it's got to be a creature that's not attacking, I assume. But we'll find out. And Lord, I don't need more Instrument of the Bards. Okay, I think I got plenty. I don't think I need more than 3, much less 4. Aberrant Mind Sorcerer, another D20. Okay, it's about janking hard resource, and another Zorn. I'm not sure I'm going to make that. Oh, okay. So he's just out there to create more treasure tokens, and I like that. I like that actually. Okay, I misread him. I like him now. Okie dokie. I've got enough Circle of the Moon Druids. We've stopped doing that. And Drizzt Do'Urden is in the house. Doing Howie. I don't know. If you know how to pronounce the cat's name, more power to you. The 4/1. Whenever a creature dies. Okay, so see, now we're back to all death matters here. Doesn't matter if it's your creature or their creatures. Whenever a creature dies, if it had power greater than Drizzt's power, put a number of +1/+1 counters on Drizzt equal to the difference. And that's going to get janked. There's no cost to that. Whenever a creature dies. That might be, I may try Drizzt. If I don't get any more, I may try him in a Brawl deck. But it's got to be black-white. I mean, green-white. I can't put black in it for Death Tribal. That's going to make it hard. Did that on purpose, didn't you, Watsy? Didn't you? Anyway, I got to Drizzt. I got to Drizzt. And I got to Drizzt. Pretty cool. Yuan T. Malason. Can't be blocked as long as you attacking alone. It does combat damage eventually. So basically, it can't be blocked as long as you send it out. So you send it out 4 to 6 times, and you've completed a dungeon all by yourself. But of course, you're going to have more than that going for it. Excuse me. All right. Lots of stuff I've already got, and a treasure chest. Got a mimic, now I got a treasure chest. Treasure tokens. They don't roll a 1. See, I think all of the D20 should have had something really bad happen on 1. I mean, just for flavor. Some of them do, but most of them do not. Targnar, Demon Fang Noble. I love the artwork. Really do. Pack Tactics. Wow. He attacks with a group of 6 power or more. During that one combat, they all get a +1/+0 in turn. That's good. If you're doing sort of like a ghoulish aggro deck, a lot of little creatures, that would be better to have a bunch of creatures. And you can drop 2, a red and a green, and double his power till end of turn. Very flavorful. And my 3rd Flumph. I think I care if I got another Flumph. Alright, a lot of stuff I already have, and the special card is the Book of Exalted Deeds. This one looks interesting that they went with a 3/3 angel. It's always been 4/4 angels. If you know something that's made a 3/3 angel, let me know. Okay? I'm sure I'm wrong. Countdown from 5. I can just open packs all day. Vampire Spawn. It's the veto effect there. And another mythic card. Yes. I'm up to 16 rare, 8 mythics. That's the only thing is I didn't save but a few. Okay, Eccentric Apprentice, Tiefling Wizard. See a lot of Tieflings. Very D&D flourish. Enters the battlefield, venture the dungeon. In your combat of your turn, if you've completed a dungeon, up to 1 target creature becomes a bird with base power 1/1. end of turn. So you can probably should turn that on your enemy. Second treasure. Treasure, daddy. All right. Monk of the Open Hand. That's the one that the Bahamut Planeswalker pulls out of anywhere, graveyard or anything. It's interesting. There's only one, although you can keep playing it. If it dies, you can go after it. And there he is, Imrith, Desert Doom. I've got a commander ride up coming up for Imrith. I like the fact that he's got Ward 4 as long as he's in. So about a third of the cards, maybe, in the deck can untap a permanent. So he can attack with this 5/5, and then he can be untapped. That's the whole idea. I haven't got to play it yet, but I really should work that way. But Imrith, yeah, that's the best dragon I've gotten so far. Oh, that and Gnawbone, I guess, but I like Imrith better. And there's my fourth, I think, Den of the Bugbear, if not my fifth. Come on, Heart of the Cards. Okay, and another Paladin class. So that ends this portion. So I've got 19,000, almost 20,000 gold up there. And I'm not going to spend anywhere else. What do you think? Should I go for it? See, the fun part is that gold can't go into getting more of these unless I just buy more packs. No, let's look and see what they've got.